Hey guys, it is 1:30ish. Had a little camera problem today, but it's gonna be fine. So today is day 63. Oh my stars, the time is flying. And as you know, I had a feeling in the beginning it would be 90 days, but we shall see. And if and when 90-day comes and it's not over, well, we'll handle that then. So today, first of all, it is National Devil's Food Cake Day, and I'm going to tell you, I'm probably not going to make a devil's food cake. I may. I may because whoever knows, right? But it's National Devil's Food Cake, and it's also May Ray Day, which means you should go out in the sun, greet the sun, and spend some time in the rays. It will help you feel happy and healthy. And today we don't have any rain, or clouds, so it's a great day to go out. Aside from the fact I might get blown away because the wind is blowing like nobody's business. But every day is a wonderful day if that's the way you want to make it. So today, oh, and I have to tell you, yesterday I made the cheese souffles for National Cheese Souffle Day. I got to tell you, it was so good and it was so easy. I am learning so many things, how to make so many things that it is just thrilling that I've gotten this much out of it. And so I ask you, what are you going to have gotten out of this on that day when we're back in action? And so we are working very hard to get the campground open under our circumstances for Memorial Day weekend. Now, it's going to be very different. I might have said that already. It's going to be very different with no pool, no public things open, no playground, no horseshoes, all the good stuff's locked up. But what we have here at Grandview is a beautiful, truly grand view in every direction. Even at night, you look up at the sky and it's amazing. And we're going to have masks on, and we're not going to be able to hug and visit with the campers the way we usually do. And we're still not sure if they're going to let us open. So if you wouldn't mind keeping us in prayer that if that's what's meant to be, if we're meant to be open and having our campers enjoy a wonderful holiday weekend, that will be what will be. Everything for whatever is for the highest good. It's just kind of hard not knowing sometimes, just like you don't know how long you're going to be, confined, or how long you're going to have a problem with your job or whatever. So we have to just count the days one at a time and enjoy each day that comes to the best degree we can. One of the things that I'm celebrating today is my parents' anniversary. Well, it's their anniversary in heaven because now they're together still, and today would have been their 80th anniversary. And it amazes me to realize that my dad's been gone 20 years. When I think about that, it really, really shocks me. But, and my mom, it's been 10 years. So time sure does fly whether you're having fun or not. But you have to excuse Tish. I think the wind is bothering her. She's been very whiny and clingy and climbing on me. But I guess we all have our days. One thing about my parents' anniversary and their marriage is they were really happy. And I think I've said it before. I lived the life of the Cleavers, Mom at a homemaker and making a very a nice home for us. And Dad, working and coming home. And, sometimes we'd sit on his lap and he'd read comic books to us. And he'd play games with us and stuff. And it was really, really nice. In fact, my parents made marriage and family look so easy. I didn't know how hard it was. So consequently, I didn't make the best decisions. But what are we about but learning? We're here to learn. And over the years, I sure learned. And one of the things I learned is how blessed I was to have such a wonderful family. And I do my best to co-create as I go along, according to my own level of wisdom and knowledge. I'm also celebrating today what a nice visit I had with my son, Nick, and his wife, April, on the video chat last night. Gosh, it's so good because one of the things, it's so hard to be so far away from the people you love. And just seeing them even on a video is, it just fills your heart, you know? It's the same thing is true with friends. And I encourage you to not only call, calling is great, writing letters is great, emailing is great, Facebook messaging is great, but when you can see that face, that makes it extra special. So I encourage you to try to face with someone. You might not be able to hug them, but you can possibly face to face with them. We want to make sure to make every day as special as we can. I could say that, and I know people don't like it when I say this, but it's true. You never know when it's going to be the last time that you do something or go somewhere. The kids that went to school one day and then came back and it was graduation and they couldn't have it. So what did they do? They made it the best they can. And that's what I really try to do every day. And I hope that I encourage you to do every day. I've talked about that cookbook that I wrote some 50 some odd years ago for my friend who was getting married. Look at the situation again. We were flat broke. Had a 15-month baby, and I didn't know it was going to be twins, but twins on the way. I was so, talk about being, I not only was homebound, I was like, I couldn't even lay down and sleep at night because I had this great big huge belly. So I had to sit up at night, and still, by the grace of God, I knew how important it was to make every day the best day that you could. I hope it's something I gave to my kids over time, because we would celebrate about everything. Oh, I was talking about the book I wrote. One of the chapters was talking about celebrating every day. And that was well over 50 years ago, and I have held that to try to make every day special. There's so many little tiny things you can do to make a day special, and I don't know. I'm trying to think. It could be even looking at a magazine and getting ideas about things you can do to make the day special. There was a book that was called the Teachers Almanac. I had that. I used to work as a recreation director in a convalescent home. And oh my gosh, did we have fun. And that Teacher's Almanac helped me because, when you're in a convalescent home, it's tough. And generally your, family, it's not a place where people want to come to visit because it kind of, I think it reminds people that they're getting old. Well, too bad for that. It doesn't stop you from getting old to pretend you're not getting old, But as a recreation director, I loved working with the people and bringing them joy. In fact, when I left that job, and I left it because I became the district sales manager at Avon, which was a huge jump forward and a way to help even more people. But when I left that job, I cried so hard that my jaw hurt, my teeth ached. I think it was all the sinuses, in that. Oh, Donna's here, and she said she remembered those days. That's where we met, and to think it was that many years ago. And thank God we're still good friends, So Donna was in the office, and I was out with the folks, but I'm sure she couldn't avoid experiencing some of the things that we did. That's the joy. I I made their day special. That's not saying any big hoo-hoo to me. It's saying like, yay, I made them happy, and making them happy made me happy. You know, how much... Donna, you were not 4 and I was not 9. But we can pretend, can't we? That'll bring us back a few years. You know what? Every gray hair on my head, whether you can see it or not, I earned it. And most of the time, I had fun doing it. And that's a good thing to be able to say. You know, life is self-service. It's not like a restaurant where you go and you sit down and somebody waits on you hand and foot and you know, no, restaurant, that buffet is up there and it's waiting for you. But you got to get up and get it yourself. Hopefully I can give you ideas. Tomorrow we're going to talk about your toolbox. But for today, what are you going to do to make today special? Going to make a devil's food cake? Or maybe eat a devil's food cake? Or go out in the sun and catch some rays? That doesn't cost a penny. Happiness and joy are not about having a lot of money. You know, Mae West said, I've been rich and I've been poor, but frankly, I'd rather be rich. Well, you know what? I've been rich and I've been poor. And frankly, being rich wasn't all it was cracked up to be. Oh, I'm not talking rich. I'm talking about a wonderful job with a company car and all kinds of vacations and bennies and everything. But I'll tell you something, it had stress coming and go. Living your life and giving your life to earning a living, wouldn't you say? We can pray about what we want. We can think about our dreams, but they're not going to happen until we move our feet to get them. We don't only pray, we have to pray and move our feet. You know, I think that's an important thing. I'd like to share a special reading with you today. One night, I had a wondrous dream. One set of footprints there was seen, the footprints of my precious Lord. Mine were not along the shore. But then some stranger prints appeared, and I asked the Lord, what have we here? Those prints are large and round feet, but Lord, they are too big for feet. My child, he said in somber tones, for miles I carried you alone. I challenged you to walk in faith, but you refused and made me wait. You disobeyed and would not grow. The walk of faith you would not know. So I got fed up, and there I dropped you on your butt. Because in life there comes a time when one must fight and one must climb, when one must rise and take a stand, or leave their butt prints in the sand. Are you leaving butt prints in the sand? I hope I'm not. I think I'm not. I don't think I sit still long enough. Wanted to tell you one last story. I have a great book. Let's see, did I bring it out? Yeah, this is old. You can look it up and look at how old it is. And I'm sure you probably can't even get it, now. But it's called Happiness Now. And the story that I read in there told about a man. His name was George and his wife was Mary, and no, it's not the Washingtons. Well, George was very proud of his wife Mary because she was very careful with money. Well, that was when they first got married. And she was careful with money in that she tended to kind of save it. But then she'd spend it on bargains, on things that she might need, but you never know. And she lacked the ability to let things go. And the house got so cluttered, and he just figured, I can't live here. we're going to have to get a divorce. I'm going to have to get a divorce from my wife because of all this stuff around here, and I can't live like that. Well, he prayed about it, and then he got an idea. And they had an office, a room, it was like a guest bedroom. And he took the guest bedroom and he cleaned all the stuff out of it, and he put it out in the other area of the house, and he brought into it only his stuff. He made himself a room. And in his room, he had only the clothes he wore and only the things he used all the time. And the room was relatively sparse by some people's opinions, but by his, it was absolutely perfect. He even kept an empty drawer that he didn't have anything in, that he would always remind himself he had space and he needed his space. So in the end, he didn't have to get a divorce. And he didn't even make his wife change. They managed to find peace by having her space. He had his space, and they could go out and share space together. You know, not every solution is a conventional solution. We are each different people, and we all can have a wonderful life. And I invite you to think about that today. I know I am perfectly aware of all the ugly out there, of all the sad, of all the frustration, of all the concern. But in spite of that, life really, really was meant to be good. So know that I love you, I bless you, I behold the divinity in you, and I wish you every good thing for today. God bless, and make it a good day, right? You can make it a good day. Just give yourself something to look forward to.